Hello and welcome to
Radiant
Game 2
team
of the
ban.
NPNPgaming League. Team Chibiusa took that last one, sorry if you haven't seen it yet. And welcoming with me, Mr. Chipper. How are you? Ooh. I'm not sure if I'm either coming through or...
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, brilliant. Did you have a bit of an issue getting your open mic
5
set up there?
seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just quick word of warning. Do you mind making sure you have headphones in? I just heard a brief echo
Dire
there.
team ban.
All right, thank you. All right, well, just kind of opening up on ban. Yes, perfect. Dark Sea ban. I would not be surprised if I see OD ban. What do you think of these benchmark bans, which we always see?
Radiant team ban.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
Mm.
10 seconds remaining.
I suppose it's just like, especially like Team Chibiusa or like a lot of the teams in this tournament. You just know what you like and what you don't
Reserve
like.
time.
By the way, according to Zach, we aren't getting too much audio from either of us. Ooh. Right, we're not getting much audio, but I'll just continue as it were. If you can just double check that everything's connected correctly.
Dire
But
team pick.
World Devourer, Batrider, Io. These are all heroes where, you know, they have something about them which makes it very hard to play against. Io, for instance, he's got the cross-map ganks, which well, again, really hard to play against, especially when your team's trying to get some map control. It means that you're pretty much limited to 5-manning a lot, and if you really want to counter that.
Dire
And talking about
team
5-manning, Nature's Prophet picked up immediately. That means, well, we know that Fatal Disaster are now going to have the kind of the counter push and the split push, which will mean that Team Chibiusa are going to have to be careful what they pick. What do you think?
Yeah.
And Abaddon picked up again. That's been a kind of a first round pick for pretty much almost all their games.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it's like Red said last
5
game.
seconds
He's just so
remaining.
easy to kind of deny yourself with and things like that. He's just safe.
Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Weaver.
1 second, I'm
Radiant
just
team
realizing
ban.
something. 1 second.
Dire team ban.
Hey, Ola, you're actually not on open mic in game. No, can you put yourself on open... Sorry, Zach, that was an accident. Ola, can you put yourself on open mic in game? Because I can only hear you through Skype. So if you can mute yourself on Skype, and then we're fine.
10 seconds remaining.
Right then, well, just looking back at the picks here.
5
We're-
seconds remaining.
Yep, Naga Siren actually picked up. I'm
Reserve
very
time.
much expecting this Naga Siren. Are you muted on Skype?
Dire team ban.
Right, can you mute yourself on Skype just so we can be totally sure? Right then, I'm just going to continue this as were. Naga Siren picked up by all Fatal Disaster there. I actually played a support Naga
10
earlier
seconds
today and it actually
remaining.
worked out for me. So, you know, it's just,
remaining.
she's got the panic button, especially like in Team Chibiusa's Alchemist last game.
Reserve
Where Alchemist to get
time.
out of control, you can just hit the panic button and everything's okay. Weaver picked up by Team Chibiusa. Likely to see him on the off lane, unlikely to see him as a hard carry. Weaver's going to be their counter pusher. Weaver's going to be their split pusher as well. He's got a very reliable escape in Scoochie, and he's just their pretty much answer to Nature's Prophet. Looking at the bans, Bounty Hunter banned off by Fatal Disaster. Didn't like playing against him last game. Don't want to play him against him this game. He was like Red said, he just needs for levels, and the track gold obviously puts Tisa. It's so far ahead in gold. They're really hard to play against. I'm surprised we haven't seen an Alchemist ban yet. be honest, because they had such a hard time against him last game. You would have thought that he'd be quite a soon ban. Both Visage and Keeper of the Light banned out by Team Chibiusa. Visage, I've seen him played so much more in the last month or so, just because, you know, people are, well, especially on my level now, they're getting their heads around the micro.
Dire team pick.
And they realise how damage that hero can actually do. And he's such a reliable trialing hero. Again, for Keeper of the Light, it means that, you know, those are two heroes which could have comboed really well with Naga Siren. You know, the slow and the net with Naga. And obviously Keeper of the Light, had they picked that, means that you can have net, which is actually a 5-second duration, and keep like the full blast from Keeper of the Light, which could have been a very lethal combo, especially in the trialing situation.
5 seconds
and
remaining.
Swap up by banned by Fated Disaster. Again, another hero from last game. They just don't want to play against him. Still nothing from you, Mr. Chipper.
Radiant team pick.
I'm just briefly going to switch. Oh, Gyrocopter picked up. Either a mid or either a trial-in hero. It's quite hard at this point because we don't know exactly what Fated Disaster we're going for. Obviously a very reliable trial-in hero. Like combining Ensnare with Rocket Barrage is lethal. And were you to put another stun in on that trial lane, or perhaps a very reliable slow, you could have a very aggressive trial lane there. And Rubik picked up, perhaps to counter that. You know, obviously Rubik, he's already got quite a nice plethora of skills to steal. He's got Ensnare, which he can steal. He's obviously got Gyro's ultimate, which he can steal. And also, well, any of Nature's Prophet spells are quite nice. They all have their uses. For pushing, teleportation for mobility. Sprout for stunning, remaining. And oh gosh, this is testing me. Wrath of Nature, that's what it's obviously remaining. For pushing. So Rubik's got quite, and as if he didn't have enough, he's now also got all of Jakira's spells to steal as well. So Rubik's going to have a ball. They haven't got any huge team fight ults other than Gyrocopter and perhaps Naga Siren's no fun ult. But still, you know, Rubik very much fits. There's plenty of stuns and plenty of like damaging slows. Steal from lineup. Things I'm expecting Team to pick up. Perhaps a mid. Perhaps another hard carry if they don't choose to go Weaver as hard carry. And I mean that's reflected in the Queen of Pain ban, as it were. Now bear with me. I'm just going to test to see if Ola can hear me.
Dire team ban.
Ola, I can't hear you in game. Are you? I've just unmuted myself on Skype. Are you in game?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Perhaps if you test your mic threshold on open mic, because if you click so perhaps adjust that and just see if you can get that to work for you.
10
Alright, I'm going to mute yourself on Skype, see how it goes. I'm managing there, don't worry.
5 seconds remaining.
Right, well, Timbersaw actually picked up. Timbersaur's really picked up, especially again in the last few months. He's it's just this chakra. When they did they reduce the cooldown or the mana? I think it was the mana that they reduced or something or other. It just made it so much easier to spam and made him such more of a viable hero, especially early on. And he knows who he is. But I played with players who would be up against a tri-lane and very quickly would get a triple kill and things like that. So Tim's a really viable hero, really powerful hero. And definitely an offlane. I would be very surprised to see him in a tri-lane. He doesn't really work well in a tri-lane unless you have a very reliable mana recovery spell, like such as Chakra Magic from Keeper of the Light. Puck banned out by FD, and Anti-Mage banned out by Team Chibiusa. They must be thinking that alright, that's kind of solidified some things at least, or has it? That's interesting. You see, at the moment, I'm not sure who's going to go mid. It looks like it could be Gyrocopter, but then that hints at a jungling Prophet or something. Unless they perhaps put Clockwork mid, Nature's Prophet off lane, and Gyro, Jakiro, Naga in a tri-lane. That's possibly the only way I can see it working. Keeping the kind of the standard tri-lane and 2 solo
5
lanes.
seconds remaining.
Build, as it were. For Team Chibiusa, unless they pick up a hard carry now, I would almost say that they're going to have a hard carry Weaver and Timber off lane, which would make more sense. But Timber can... Alright, that's solidified it. Timber in mid, Rubik, Abaddon and Lifesteal tri-lane, and a Weaver off lane. I'd be really surprised not to see that. And now we'll chat. Right, bro. Just waiting for the heroes to be done.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, sorry about that. Alright, now quickly going over the heroes. We've got Awesome.car on Lifestealer. We have Misha on Timbersaw. We have Tabo on Abaddon, I believe again. Kunochi on Weaver. And Extravagant on Rubik. Now going over the Dire team, we have JD on Gyro. We have Dumbfounded on Jakiro. We have Diet Rich on Clockwork, again mid, and it definitely looks like it's going to be the off-lane Prophet, and for that we have YK. So my kind of predictions for lanes were correct. We've got this nice tri-lane actually. In Snare I'm expecting followed up by Ice Path, followed up by Rocket Barrage obviously.
30
off-lane,
seconds to battle.
oh, this is... You see, I don't know whether or not they're going to be doing this as tri-lane and having a life off-lane. That's basically Lifestealer and Weaver switching places. Obviously, their tri-lane's a lot more aggressive. But, you know, at the moment, I'm just not sure what's best. I like what Awesome's doing here. That's just an extra spot for juking, especially if it does come to him being a solo off-lane. That's a path that perhaps his opponents aren't expecting.
Begins.
And it always pays to be safe. I'm not sure if these guys are just scouting or if they're actually planning to be a tri-lane. Double damage rune on bot, and just look, Timbersaw mid as I predicted, going a very fast bottle build. Are those? No, they're not even his tangos. Someone gave him the tangos so he can get that bottle even quicker, which obviously helps because he is a melee hero. He does kind of rely on casting spells, and pause requested by Team Chibiusa. I'm just going to take this time just to briefly see if oh, he's just disconnecting, reconnecting, see how it goes. Right, brilliant. Right, just quickly going through item builds and wards actually. It seems like both teams have had the same idea for wards at the moment. Both kind of, you know, They fulfill a plethora of roles really. They're both aggressive in that, you know, obviously you have the vision. Oh no, they're not aggressive. I thought they were on alternating sides. No, they're both defensive, that's for sure. It means that ganks from jungle and coming round from the ancients are not going to happen from the top lane. And to be honest, that seems to be the only ward at the moment. Who's carrying wards for the Dire team? Oh, Ola, I can hear you in Skype, Ola. Are you in game? Right, perhaps just try using it doesn't say that you're connected yet. Anyway, I'm just going to continue casting. Alright, currently looking at last hits. Good. Tim is also actually managing to get the denies. Obviously, it's too early to tell which way it's going to completely go. But, you know, we've got two melee mid lanes where it was asked to have pitched a range mid lane based, like perhaps putting Clock on the off lane and Nature's in the mid. That could be such a better position because when Clockwork attempts to get power cogs, on Timbersaw, just like he did there, Whirling Death, the stat reduction, especially this early game of -7, is huge, and we just saw how damaging that was. Ola, do you just want to try and see if you can talk in game and see how that works out for you? Oh, nothing, I'm afraid, my friend. Alright, well, this is interesting. Lifestealer solo lane. Now, I know it's done, but I don't see it often, and you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be definitely harder for him, in that this Prophet can harass him quite easily, and the only way he's going to be able to counter that is by exploiting the fact that he is a squishy int hero, and he obviously has the stout shield. He just has to take a monopoly of this, not let Prophet push too hard, not let Prophet get too much farm, and he's actually got one of each skill so far. It's good, but it doesn't give too much away of what he's going to max. Oh, he's already got quite an early open wound. Is he going to try and get the block off? He might actually get the first blood here. And at the moment, it looks like Prophet's going to get away. Lifestealer only needs 2 more hits. He actually manages to negate the salve. This Prophet has actually no more regen. He could buy a TP scroll, just TP back to base. But where Lifestealer chooses to... Oh, and he salves, and this time it doesn't get negated. He actually walks around. Let's see his Prophet in a bad position. Nope, alright. A bit of action in the bot lane. And we have... Alright, this is interesting. We've got 2 semi-aggressive tri-lanes, like, facing off against one another. This camp has actually been warded. Bit of a magic bush.
Folks.
They did... Oh, wow. I missed that. Oh, well, face value, it looks like Prophet got that from his sheer number of Treants, and he seems to quite funny watching all these guys kind of just stagger in their hits. But no, that's really going to harm Lifestealer, especially this early on in game. He has got boots, funnily enough. And that's just a kind of testament to the fact that he did get 9 last. So, well, you know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Mid lane, however, we're currently... Timbersaur's streaking ahead in last hits, that's for sure. Clockwork... Quite a static thing. He's currently 6 last hits behind, and especially, you know, he's getting some good harassing with the cogs, which is nice, because one thing which sometimes gets forgotten is that there is actually a mana drain applied with these cogs as well, and that mana drain, especially against Timbersaur, is going to be pain. But you know, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because if he missed cogs and locks Timbersaur in with him, Timbersaur can Whirling Death and drain quite a lot of strength, which again is very damaging early on. Prophet and Weaver both ahead in last hits, and this is just a typical trait of Team Chibiusa. They always, you know, farm. Oh no, Weaver, I'm getting things wrong here. Not good. Alright, now I'm just going to take this time just to see if I can get my co-caster. Ola, you there? One thing I can recommend. It works when you do what, sorry? Perhaps try using push to talk. Alright, well, just going back to the game now. Wow, this army from Nature's Prophet, especially after that first blood, and the army of Treants he currently has, because he is staying on top of his mana. It's almost like he's going a jungling build. I don't like this harassing Lifestealer. He would have done so much more if he just right-clicked all the Treants onto the tower. That tower could be below 1/3 of its health, and the tower this early on in the game is going to really help out every single lane. Prophet's already level 6, 4 minutes in, well, just almost 5, and it just makes him such a scary. He's alright. He's got so many Treants. This could be another death from Lifestealer, unless yep. If he can get one more, yeah, he TP's in,
Radiant's
and the
bottom tower
Treants.
is under attack.
Ooh, what can we do? Is he gonna get one more right click? And that's another death for Lifestealer. Team Chibiusa playing so well, especially through this. Oh no! Oh, sorry, no, not Team Chibiusa.
Yeah, I'm in now.
Oh yeah, no, I can hear you, Ola. How are you?
Oh yeah. Finally,
Radiant's
finally,
bottom
I'm doing
tower
good.
has fallen.
Having some
really far from here.
No, it's good to hear you. I'm just gonna double check with Zach that you can be heard.
Warriors of the wood.
But yeah, no. What have you seen of this game so far? Oh, bit of action on mid. This whenever I see whirling death, I always get excited.
Boom! There it goes!
By accident, I've actually been so busy with fixing my mics, I haven't seen much.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm really glad you can actually come in and help us do this.
Finally.
So far though, Team Chibiusa, I got it wrong before, isn't having a good time with this off lane lifestealer. I have heard that your mic is a bit low, so perhaps if you can talk closer to it or maybe give it a bit of a boost in your control panel.
Alright, it's working now. That's better.
Yeah, it's slightly louder, but it could perhaps be a bit louder. But yeah,
Okay.
this lifestealer is having such a bad game. As things have gone now, I really the off lane and not lifestealer.
Yeah, agreed actually. Because we were really good against Fury on offlane.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's kind of like I'm not sure why they opted to do that, but
No, it's,
yeah, no,
it's stupid in my opinion.
we are getting a bit of perhaps if you talk louder instead of speaking closer to the mic, because we are getting a bit of or it's cutting off or something. But don't worry, we didn't manage to have a test beforehand, so it's just the cost we pay sometimes. But you know, these filings are a big thing. Timbersaw actually rotates top and almost decimates Jari. Jari's only sitting on level 4. Timber, on the other hand, is level 7. And the amount of burst damage he can get just by doing all his spells is monstrous. One thing which I always forget is how large Timber Chains... Oh no, speed, sorry. I was looking at speed instead of range there.
Okay, how are things now?
You know, it sounds good. It could do with being slightly louder, but you know, we can make do.
Okay, I'll hope it works, I guess.
It's just talk loud, really.
Yeah,
I'm quite a loud person as it is. Alright, so looking at your game, what's your impressions?
I don't know really. It's like it looks to me like I think I like the drafts for what's it called? The other team.
Do you mean Fate of Disaster or Team Chibiusa?
Yeah, the disaster.
Yeah. No, I agree. And definitely this Prophet has just played very, very well. I'm surprised he's actually jungling now. He's obviously. Oh, okay. Another pause.
I really want to know what happened there on bot lane because I saw the first blood, but I didn't actually see what happened.
No, I missed it as well. My only guess is that it happened around here.
Yeah, I saw it around the tower or something.
Yeah, so I can only imagine Lifestealer perhaps overextended, got hit by the tower a bit, and Nature Prophet, he had 2 stacks of wow, if he actually gets a hook shot off, that's a dead Timbersaw. He might just have to be ballsy about that. No?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's a misplay. I definitely think that Clockwork should have tried to hook that. And like now, this Timbersaw, he just bottled. I think he just bottled right there. And now he can obviously stand against him.
Right now, I think. Maybe. No, maybe not.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, that was one. What does Timber Chain actually get them out of cogs?
Yeah, we can. I think so. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
You've said Lifestealer, despite dying twice, has actually managed to get some currently sitting on face boot. He could have so much more if he hadn't died twice already. But yeah, no, that first blood is pretty big. Happened round in that corner.
Yeah, it's really big indeed.
And obviously it's put Prophet in such a nice position. He's currently sitting on Midas and Ring of Batsu. Oh, this is why Lifestealer has the Quelling Blade, of course. Bit of harass. We were getting They're playing really well. I really like what Prophet's doing actually. He's harassing Lifestealer with the Treants. Obviously,
Dire's
you
middle
could argue
tower
that's
is
more
under
like
attack.
that's more farm towards Lifestealer. But it just, you know, Prophet's not the tankiest hero, especially early game, and having this harass against this solo Lifestealer, which I don't understand why he's like that. It's just so helpful. We've got two other heroes, Jakiro and Naga, both rotating bottom. Obviously, Ensnare goes through Rage, and what level of Rage we have? We have a 5-second duration on range, and we've got
Wow, yeah,
Infest. No, he's actually infested into the wrong creep. This could be a dead Prophet though. Oh, and that's dead Prophet, but also dead Lifestealer. And now Timbersaul's just here to clean up. If he, all right, 2 seconds on Ensnare. Timbersaul can't do much more. If he can chase though, perhaps he does have enough for a Timber Chain, yeah, and then perhaps another Chakram if I'm not sure. He thought that perhaps Kira was going up that way, but no, finally Clockwork managed to get a good cogs off, and that's a dead Timbersaul. Team Chibiusa.
Unfortunately, he missed 3.
Team Chibi not playing to the best of their ability so far, to be honest. I mean, especially after the last few games we've seen from them, it just seems slightly sloppier. And Gyro getting picked off by Rubik. Funny enough, does Rubik have a spell? No, I can only assume that was just a Fade Bolt killsteal, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Prophet did get killed there. It was a shame that he didn't manage to pick up any parts of Shadow Blade beforehand, but now he's sitting on a Shadow Amulet, and I think he's just going the classic split push build. He's got the Midas for the farm. He's already maxed teleportation. He's maxed Nature's Call, and he's just farming up towards his Shadow Blade. All right, Illusion Rune picked up by Clockwork. 40 and good trigger finger with the cogs. Manages to block Lifestealer. Lifestealer obviously had ideas there. There were whether or not it's a good idea to be this aggressive this early with Lifestealer, especially on 3 deaths. It's perhaps questionable.
Yeah, it's not doing good at all right now.
Yeah. Oh wow, nice cogs there. Now Timbersaul actually manages to tame. I didn't know you could chain after that. Lifestealer is currently ensnared and just getting bashed by Simalu there. Really well handled by Fatal Disaster. Really well handled. They're currently sitting on 4v4, and the 2 heroes which aren't there are Gyro and Weaver. What do you think of the Gyro and Weaver matchup?
I don't like it's. I don't really like it, to be honest, because it's easy to just time lapse with Weaver, and
Yeah.
well, it's over time because Rocket Barrage has such short cooldown, so it's hard for him to be like aggressive against Gyro. He has to keep his distance.
I mean, Gyro has such large farm ability. As like comparing the two as hard carries, Gyro I would say would win every time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
Probably,
Gyro, if you're dealing with multiple ganks, Gyro perhaps won't have the escape that Weaver does. But
At
you know,
least with the Sentries or something, or Gem.
yeah, I mean they have, however, managed to pick off a kill on Gyro, which you know does kind of justify that tri lane. Prophet TP'd somewhere. Where's he TP'd? Oh wow! Prophet TP'd top lane and basically died because of it. I don't like that kind of positioning, as it were. Abaddon has just got level 6, I believe. No, he's not just. He's been level 6 for a while, but now he's just eating up the damage. And yeah, no, that's a.
I don't really know what they're gonna make of this now.
That wasn't quite well played by Fatal Disaster. They hung around for too long. Was someone stunned or something? And why did they stay?
There's no reason to stay, really. It's just it was a
top
nice
tower
escape,
is under attack.
it was just an escape sleep. It was good if it wasn't for an escape, but
yeah, no, I mean it was definitely the right time to sleep, but the fact that they stayed there for 2 or 3
Radiant's
seconds,
top
that's
tower
kind of where they went
mistake.
wrong.
yeah,
And the
they
bottom
actually
tower
made
denied
some sloppy plays now this game.
Yeah, I mean the Prophet didn't have to die They didn't have to stay extra. Perhaps Naga could have popped that sleep much
Dire's
earlier.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, no, it's just sloppy plays from Fatal Disaster there.
Yeah, I'm
Whose
still
Hellbear
really
is
surprised that with this laning setup. Why Lifestealer went on offlane, I don't really know a good reason for that.
Yeah, I definitely think Weaver could have been a better player. And Lifestealer is a hard carry, so you know, and he to be survivable, he needs level 6. And when you're playing, oh, I heard an best noise. When you're playing against Prophet, who does have potentially a bit of an early game threat with his Treants and push threat, Lifestealer can't really stand against that.
No,
See, I really think that these Treants should actually be A-clicked onto the tower, because now at the moment, Prophet. Oh, he has got Shadowblade, however. I didn't notice that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
His
attack.
arm got picked up by Lifestealer, just eating that Clockwork. He then did a defensive hook onto Nate's Prophet. At the moment, Clockwork, the only thing he's doing is he's just running all the way. He's obviously got battery assault popped. He's just slowing him down. He's making sure that Prophet can get away. But even then, Prophet didn't get away. I can only assume, yeah, Timbersaw picked him off. So again, these just sloppy plays by Fatal Disaster.
Yeah, Timbersaw's a good hero against Nature Prophet though.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like trees, does he?
No. Like
Dire's middle tower is
you
under
can sprout
attack.
yourself on TP because
Dire's structures
he's
are
gonna get there with the
fortified.
Timbersaw and just nuke the dude down.
Yeah,
Like
the Timbersaw doesn't have any hard stuns. So one thing is, unless you're very unlucky and you stayed there for too long, that doesn't have much to do with luck. But Timbersaw won't be able to stop you from TP unless there's Welling Death apply mini stun. That's interesting. Well, it looks like Lifestealer. Armor toggling at the moment. He's he open wounds down. No, he hasn't got mana for open wounds. He raged immediately, I believe, and obviously he's armor toggling. He could well get a kill on Dark Siren. Dark Siren only had 1 second on her ultimate there as well. She could have gotten away. Oh, Timber, the wrong tree to Timber Chain to. And it looks now like Lifestealers. Yeah, it's again sloppy play by Fatal Disaster. Because of that now, Lifestealers got him back a bit. Good hook by Clockwork, but perhaps overreaching himself. Nice ulti by Gyro, but perhaps on the wrong heroes. Like had he caught Lifestealer in that would have been so much nicer. And Lifestealer, he's capped. All right. Oh, that's just good. On his armor for too long. He's not. Oh yeah, he just used it. And Gyro's dead, and Light's still managing to stay on. He's really abusing his armor there at the moment. Ensnared. You see now, if they keep the damage per second up, they can get a kill. And there it is. Prophet actually, wow, triple kill by Prophet with his ultimate.
Prophet's doing really good this game.
He's currently sitting on almost 3,000 gold. I mean, he could buy
he's got the highest GPM now, 500, over 500.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I mean, they have the 2 highest GPM heroes at the moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was just Team Chibiusa just called off guard there. They obviously hadn't planned ahead. And Rubik dying out of position really. I mean, when you're playing against a Clockwork, you've got to be aware of that kind of nigh on global presence of his hook shot. Especially when you're out of position, like that Rubik was, with no creeps around, nothing, no buffer, as it were, to kind of protect him against a hook shot. And he paid the price for it.
Yeah, I sure did.
Mech being built on Jakiro. At the moment, it looks like Naga picked up a chainmail. Now, Mech is already being built by Jakiro. I don't know if this is a miscommunication or she's planning on building it into something. What do you think? What else can a chainmail be good for? Medallion.
Who's building it?
Of course.
Who's going?
Yeah.
Who's going chainmail?
Push. And Soul Ring up on Abaddon obviously gives him utility in that he can pop that miscoil whenever he wants. I like Mist Coil, but it can't really heal himself, so he might be a bit low on health. Invis bot. Now let's see. The Radiant definitely know about it. Though it appears that Clockwork
Dire's
gets it.
top tower is under attack.
Homing in.
And Prophet at the moment, he's actually picked up an Orchid. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this TP, but who would you say the Orchid will be the biggest difference? Is he going to use it? Is he going to use it? Really nice ulti by Gyro just at the right time. Just when the rage ran out. He's actually rocketed a range creep.
Big
Now,
rocket.
Orchid. Oh, yeah, I've just realised this. Orchid is going to be used against Timber. I'm not sure if he realises that Prophet has an Orchid. Has Prophet actually used it yet? No. And oh. Yeah, no, Tim still gets that.
There we
Prophet
go
trying
again.
to Shadow Blade away, but Tim's obviously a good player. Hookshot. Hookshot on Tim's. Hookshot not actually got much mana at the moment. Stuns and everything, and no, yeah, Tim's was just overextended in the end. Team Chibiusa. I'm not sure. I definitely agree with your first comment in that, I really like Fatal Disaster's draft. I can see how that comes together much more. But, Team
Radiant's
Chibiusa,
top
while
tower
it looked
is
like they
under
had a
attack.
solid draft at the beginning, they just haven't played it right.
Yeah, in the beginning it is, but I just thing is what you mean with the lifestealer. Oh wow. This are pretty.
Lifesteal is still very scary.
Yeah. You don't want to let them get far.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I mean, look, oh, almost evaded that ice path. And again, in the end, they overextended. And Team Chibiusa, don't make the mistake that just because we're slating their lifestealer off lane, don't make the mistake that they're not a good team, because they are a fantastic team. And obviously they know when to punish someone for something.
Okay. Disaster can't really afford mistakes right now. They can't, because this lifestealer is gonna. It's eventually gonna beat Gyro.
Dire's top tower
One thing
is
to
under
say though
attack.
is Prophet obviously had the ability to pick up that. Well, it's 22
Dire's
minutes.
top
He's got
tower
Midas,
has fallen.
Bassi, and Orchid, and that Orchid's going to come into play for so many things. Like hopefully we're going to see an Orchid on this Timber Sword. No. One day. But Prophet at the moment, I like the Orchid, but I perhaps like to see a bit more right-click damage. How would you build this Prophet? Were it you?
Yeah, I actually like the Orchid. I think it's good against Timbersaw. It's good against Weaver. Not really good after you get Lincoln Sphere.
Now,
it's really good.
it looks like Fatal Disaster are using Team Chibi's own tactic against them. Gyro obviously so much flash farm with flat cannon, and the Ancients have been stacked 4 times, I'd say, and currently Gyro is sitting on a BKB Helmet Dominator, and 5 seconds till flat cannon's ready, and that's going to be a nice bit of gold farm for JD. So he is taking it a bit. Perhaps a bit too much. Oh, there we go. Sentry there now to block it. So no more tomfoolery with the Ancients anymore. Yeah, no, there's not much. I like how Fatal Disaster are handling things. I like how they're farming. The Gyro is farming. The Prophet's actually farming the Radiant's jungle. That's jungle camps which Lifestealer can no longer take because Prophet's there. Though to be honest, base value. Oh wow, I like this. Weaver and Nake's bomb is really nice because Weaver can just scoot you up like he's just about to now onto the Gyro, and then obviously the Lifestealer can come out, use opening wounds, and it's just like there, can just murder someone. What hero was I playing? I was playing some hero, and I think it was a mid lane Invoker, and I just got dominated by that.
Yeah, it's like nothing you can do about it really. You got the Inch Nation and then you got the Swarm on that as well.
Yeah.
So you just get melt down really fast.
Players here.
Oh, I really like what Abaddon
Because
did
they
there.
saw it
He
when-
actually his what was it? Borrowed time was triggered by gyro. So and he wasn't really in a position to be taking a lot of damage. So he used miscoil just to heal himself further, which is I quite like that.
Like you can see in the top lane, Naga Siren couldn't even get there in time, TP there in time before he got melted down.
Yeah. We've got some defensive wards going put down by Nug Siren. Perhaps we would have liked to see some slightly more offensive ones. I mean,
Radiant's
make no
bottom
mistake.
tower is
Oh
under
wow!
attack.
That pipe just picked up by Timbersaw. Now he's going to be very hard to kill. Combining his reactive armor and his kind of now natural gen per second health regen, he's going to be very scary heal to deal with. Oh, I like this.
Radiant's bottom
All
tower
borrowed
is
time
under
triggered.
attack.
Are we going to get a Yep. We actually get the. Oh,
Radiant's bottom
perfect.
tower
Really
has
nice.
fallen.
The orchid was popped, so Abaddon couldn't deny himself, and Prophet from that just got a very quick and easy heal. And now he's just left in just to his own devices. I mean, one thing is that Prophet, he's an intelligence hero, but his right click is so nice. It scales really well.
Yeah, it hits really hard, and with the right items.
Yeah. I mean, Orchid, while it's definitely kind of like a shutdown item, an intelligence hero, it's also a damage item. You're getting 30 plus 25 damage. You're getting 55 damage from the Orchid, plus some extra attack speed, mana regen, and a kind of a shutdown. So again, it's like we said earlier, it's such a nice item for Prophet to have. He attacks faster and he hits harder.
Yeah, indeed. Looking at it, he's got
Yep, Naga
2,800 gold already.
has he? Oh wow.
Yeah,
He could
I wonder what he's building next.
He's spent it. He's actually bought a Mystic Staff. What he's going to get rid of,
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna
I think
see.
he might get rid of the Ring of Basilius. Because if I'm right, I think 33 intelligence is the equivalent of a Ring of Basilius kind of mana
I
regen.
agree. You don't really need Basilius endgame
Dire's
anyway.
top tower is under attack.
Like it's real good early game, but endgame 2 armor isn't.
Dire's structures
that
are
much.
fortified.
Or 3 armor.
Actually, tell a lie. 20 intelligence is over a Ring of Basilius regen. Mana regen. So,
Dire's top
trading the
tower is
Bassi
under
for
attack.
the Mystic Staff would be well worth it at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, one thing which I can see you've been looking at, but I haven't covered much. Oh wow, flat Scythe of Ice. I thought the ultimate orb was for someone else. There. Well, Prophet now has a scythe. So not only is he hitting harder from the extra intelligence, and obviously his mana regeneration faster. Prophet is such a scary hero right now.
Yeah, true. Really, just look at his life till now. He's probably gonna get melted down, I think.
He's got no choice but to run. Now, will he?
Oh wow.
Hook shot almost.
He's probably
should
gonna
have
get
thought
away
that.
here, I think.
Dire's
Yeah,
middle
I mean,
tower is under
the Prophet
attack.
was perhaps a bit overzealous. However, there is only a tier 2 tower, and no, he rage
Dire's
TP's out of
middle
there.
tower
Now
has
Prophet's
fallen.
TPing mid because he can.
The hook shot there was just out of range.
What would you build next on Prophet? Perhaps get rid of the Temple Scroll and get
Warriors
Travel?
of the wood.
Yeah, you could do that. Also, you could
I mean,
get,
at the moment,
or you can get like Monkey King Bar or anything. Just get more DPS.
yeah.
Really.
I mean, at the moment, like we said last game, you always want to try and carry a TP scroll around with you. It's something which I'm guilty of not doing as much as I should have. But to kind of negate the need for TP scroll, you could get Boots of Travel, or if kind of Prophet really wanted to maximize his stats and his damage output, perhaps go Treads or Phase Boots. So just kind of given the nature of the hero he's playing, I think Treads would be better were he to try and go full carry.
Yeah, indeed. I don't know about now though. He's maybe going for travel.
Incoming.
I mean, looking at Team Chibiusa lineup at the moment, where they haven't got much to deal with the Prophet. what they should be building is like an orchid or a sheep stick themselves on timber, really, because at the moment timber's gone full on kind of like I will not die. And to be honest, that could work for a degree. Oh, Prophet versus Lifesteal. Prophet actually gets almost slaughtered there. And now Timbersaw is just kind of running around trying to see if he can catch him out. And now Prophet's TPing out. And he's safe. Ooh, that was close. Now, while Prophet's definitely farmed, Lifestealer is a hard carry. And Prophet's only a semi-carry. So obviously that came into play, especially given that Lifestealer's gone Desolator and kind of outright damage items. Prophet has to kind of build into damage items. He can't go flat damage items like Lifestealer can. Because he doesn't have the intrinsic lifesteal, he doesn't have the intrinsic BKB. And
Radiant's middle tower
obviously
is under
his
attack.
sheep stick was ineffective, and as was his orchid there.
Dire's bottom
So
tower has
Prophet at the
fallen.
moment to have maximum effect is going to have to have
Radiant
other heroes around
structures
with
are
him.
fortified.
And Lifestealer actually
bottom tower
infests
is
into
under
Rubik
attack.
there. Perhaps not the best hero to infest into, but better than no one. Oh, action on the mid lane. Action on the mid lane. Hook shot onto Timber. Timber Chakram is just up. Does it the wrong way though. Now, oh wow, Prophet's actually got an Aghanim, so his hook shot's really, really quick.
I think it's really good
Yeah,
pickup.
Naga
Radiant's
ult
top
is
tower
popped.
is under
So
attack.
quick getaway ult, and no, that does exactly what they need. Now, Timber is so close to having his Bloodstone. So, to be honest, is that quick enough? He went Pike first. Do you think that was a good idea?
No, I actually don't think that was a good idea, to be honest. I think you should get the Bloodstone up as early as possible. Just to get that mana regen and like snowball even more. Then you can go for the pipe. That's my opinion. Maybe like
This is interesting.
yeah, they got like Gyre and Jakiro. Maybe it's good because Naga can sleep and then you just line up the Jakiro ultimate and Gyro ultimate.
Now, we actually had a very fast pig there. Lifestealer actually bot lane, he was getting ganked, but then he obviously had an ace. He almost turned that around entirely and almost killed the Nature's Prophet, but you know, Fate of Disaster doing exactly what they should be. They all just rotated bot and killed the Lifestealer, because the Lifestealer is who they need to kill at the moment. He's getting dangerous. He's getting really dangerous. Currently picked up a Hyperstone and a Plate Mail. Oh, bit of drawing. Team Chibiusa saying, well, they're coming top. They're coming mid, sorry. What are they going to do, though? Oh, wow, no. It looks like JD is actually trying to solo Roche. Now Naga's there with a medallion. Oh, Prophet also comes. They are actually in a position to try and do this. There are no wards from Team Chibiusa. Though I will say Naga is perhaps with them around. I'm not sure who I would put it on. It looks like it's going on, I can't say. Right, it's going on Gyro. And just too late to test it out. They took out the Lifestealer, and to be honest, he was the one person who would do the most damage to them, especially in a Roche situation. So I would say that was the right thing to do. They've got Prophet to take towers, and a Roche obviously gives their Gyro so much more speed. Can't almost rely. What would you build next on Prophet?
I think actually we'll probably go for Monkey King Bar.
Yeah. Would you sell, at this point in time, would you say selling the Hunter Midas is a good idea? Or would you perhaps kind of not bother carrying a TP scroll with you anymore?
Like, I think Hunter Midas is not, like, of course it's useful. I think you should sell that like as late as you can. But yeah, sure, it's pretty much gonna need to sell it soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, the point in which you definitely sell Hand Midas is when you're level 25, because one of the prime uses of it is the fact it gives you 2.5 experience.
Yeah.
And when you reach level 25, you no longer gain benefit from that. All you get is 190 gold, which is, you know, if you're using it on a lane creep, for instance, that's only, well, 100 gold more, which you could probably get by having a damage item there and getting the kills so much easier.
Yeah.
Now I'm not entirely sure because now were Lifestealer to build a basher, Prophet's got no chance, really.
No. Prophet is actually useless later on, please.
Oh, this is interesting. Ensnare on Lifestealer, then yeah, that's a very dead Lifestealer. That's exactly what they need to do. They've got the map awareness. Lifestealer was out of position. He was bot lane with no defensive wards at all, just trying to push out their lane, and he's paid the price again. It's like mid-early game, he's just getting murdered. And it's by Prophet again.
If they keep this on, they're gonna lose actually.
Yeah.
Because if they just force him down, he won't be able to get farmed. And Gyro is just gonna...
At the moment, Goldgraph, which, you know, usually when you're playing against teams, but Goldgraph is in favour of Fatal Disaster. And XPgraph, both graphs have been very turbulent. But XPgraph is currently 2k in favour of Fatal Disaster once more.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
This is what they need to be doing. You know, denies are great. Love denies. Excuse me. Now, at the moment, Prophet's actually picked up a Desolator. Alright, that's nice. Lifestealer currently is going to be getting an AC, so, you know, Desolator won't have its maximum impact when he picks that up. But still, Desolator is such a nice kind of solo kill item.
Well, Weaver's actually not going for... I don't know if Weaver's not going for Lincoln Sphere or not.
Lincoln Sphere, does Lincoln's block, what's it called? Orchid. Oh, this is interesting. Sheep and wow, Weaver just died. Really, there's nothing more that can be said for that. Naga, oh my lord. They just dominated those two heroes, and now look at that, the push coming from Prophet. His Desolate's really playing, and that's Lifestealer dead as well. They've still got Aegis up on Gyro as well, and let's just watch how fast this tower melts. Back doing. Timbersaw does perhaps have the to go aggressive, but there's no trees nearby. And actually Togs on Timber, there's not much you can do. What they should be doing at the moment is they should definitely be taking towers, they should be definitely trying to stop pissing about and just taking this Rax. This Rax is going to be crucial. The top Rax melted through. It's this farming Nature's Prophet's really making it for them. And MPB is actually up on Gyro, so Gyro is not too far behind either.
No, Gyro is really getting his farm.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't agree at all with this Weaver that is not going for Lincoln Sphere. Because that's so good against both Furion. It's obviously gonna get...
in my opinion, I really think he should have gone Lincoln Sphere before BKB. Because Lincoln Sphere, it just really suits the Weaver playstyle. Because, you know, BKB kind of, you know, it means that you're going to be in vision, it means that you're going to be around for a long time. It's like you're a strength hero, you've got the tank, but you haven't got the kind of... you're very liable to lockdown. Weaver's got Sakuchi, and... usually, especially when you're playing with your trigger finger's fast enough where you know if you're going to be in a position for lockdown, you can just pop invis and go, or you can just pop time lapse, get out of say a dust and just go. And Lincoln Sphere, that's where the Lincoln Sphere suits the Weaver play style, in that, you know, every 17 seconds that's permanently on means that a spell just gets outright blocked, and I really think it would have such a bigger impact. Weaver, are they dusting on TB? Yep, dust on Team Chibi. Possible heroes they could go for, maybe Blockwork. They might just go... Oh, this is interesting. She's up. No, they're not... They're actually going mid lane. They're actually waiting mid lane just to see who arrives.
Oh, they're gonna smoke as well, maybe.
Have we got 2 smokes? Nope. Alright, then no, they're actually running mid lane. They've actually spotted out Prophet. They've got telekinesis on Prophet, pulling him towards them. Slow down, Prophet's dead, that's for sure. Naga's actually spotted the ulti, but then again, Lifestealer obviously had the Raid. Actually, that's one thing that we didn't notice about Weaver. We've also had BKB, but immediate buyback from Profit. 3 heroes dead on Team Chibiusa, and that's their main carry and 2 really core supports. To be honest, Team Chibiusa, they're at such a deficit. I'd be surprised if they make it back.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to get back in this game now. As we were saying about the Weaver before, look at their heroes. Disaster. They got Naga, Siren, like that goes through BKB as well. And
I don't actually think it does. I don't think it does.
Yeah, it does. That goes through BKB.
Well, I know Rage. If you're a Rage hero, you can still do stuff.
That goes through like everything.
Joins. It's such a nice stun, especially against this lineup. Oh no! Clockwork gets the hook shot off and Rubik. Perhaps no, not even diving. He's got enough tank to make it, and these just pick off their needs. Lifestealer coming in. Rubik picked off, and he did actually manage to time that back. Wow.
Radiant's middle tower.
Really nice max up fire and cogs there. And GG is called. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
For 10 seconds, I believe. Yeah, no, GG's called by everyone. And Fate of Disaster aren't out yet. It's a best of 5, I'd like to remind everyone. So, both teams have to win 2 more games to win. So, we will see you for the next one. And Mr. Chipper, I believe you're sticking with me. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.